Your mind can either become your greatest weapon or your greatest prison. Every single day, millions of people lose control of their lives because they cannot control their emotions. They react too quickly. They overthink too much. They let anger, fear, anxiety, and negativity dominate their mind. But I discovered something powerful. True strength is not physical. True strength is emotional control. When I train my body, I also train my mind. I trained myself to stay calm under pressure, focused during chaos, disciplined when emotions became dangerous. Because the moment you master yourself, you become unstoppable. In this video, I will teach you 7 brutal lessons that will help you control your thoughts, master your emotions, and develop the mindset of a truly disciplined warrior. 1. Your mind becomes whatever you feed it. Most people poison their own minds every single day without realizing it. They constantly feed themselves negativity, fear, gossip, jealousy, comparison, distractions, and useless noise. Then they wonder why they feel mentally exhausted, emotionally unstable, and unhappy. But your mind is like water. Whatever you pour into it eventually becomes your reality. When I was younger, I understood something important very early. If I allowed negative thoughts to live inside my mind for too long, they would slowly shape my behavior. Fear creates hesitation. Anger creates recklessness. Jealousy creates weakness. The mind eventually becomes what it repeatedly consumes. This is why I became extremely careful about what I allowed into my inner world. I protected my focus. I protected my energy. I protected my thoughts. Because once negative thinking becomes a habit, your entire life starts moving in the wrong direction. Many people spend hours consuming drama online, listening to negativity, comparing themselves to others, and surrounding themselves with emotionally weak people. Then they expect peace to magically appear inside their minds. That will never happen. Your environment quietly trains your thinking every single day. If you want a calm and powerful mind, you must become disciplined about what enters it. Stop feeding your brain endless chaos. Stop entertaining thoughts that destroy your confidence. Stop replaying painful memories every hour. Your mind cannot grow strong while constantly consuming weakness. A peaceful life begins with disciplined thinking. 2. Do not react to every emotion. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing every emotion deserves an immediate reaction. The moment they feel anger, they explode. The moment they feel sadness, they lose hope. The moment fear appears, they stop believing in themselves. But emotions are temporary. They come and go like waves. If you react to every emotion you feel, your life will always feel unstable and out of control. Just because you feel angry does not mean you should shout. Just because you feel sad does not mean you should quit. Just because you feel fear does not mean you should stop moving forward. In martial arts, emotional control is everything. The moment you lose control of your emotions, you lose control of yourself. An angry fighter becomes careless and predictable. A fearful fighter becomes hesitant and weak. A distracted fighter loses focus and makes mistakes. Real strength is not fighting harder. Real strength is staying calm under pressure. I train myself to pause before reacting. Even during difficult situations, I learn to remain calm inside, because most emotional reactions only create more suffering later. Many people destroy relationships, opportunities, and even their own peace because they could not control one emotional moment, one angry message, one's impulsive decision, one reckless reaction can change everything. A weak mind reacts instantly. A disciplined mind observes first. When someone insults you, you do not always need to respond immediately. When life frustrates you, you do not always need to panic. When emotions rise inside you, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stay silent until your mind becomes clear again. Calmness is power. Emotional discipline is power. The person who controls their reactions eventually gains control over their entire life. 3, focus only on what you can control. Most people destroy their peace by trying to control things they were never meant to control. They worry about people's opinions, the future, outcomes, rejection, and situations completely outside their power. And because life never goes exactly the way they want, they live with constant stress, frustration, and anxiety. I learned something important during my journey. Peace begins the moment you stop fighting reality. You cannot control everything around you. You cannot control how people treat you. You cannot control whether everyone understands you. You cannot control every problem life brings into your path. But you can always control yourself. You can control your attitude. You can control your discipline. You can control your thoughts. You can control your actions. You can control how you respond to difficulties. This mindset changed my life completely. Instead of wasting energy worrying about things outside my control, I focused on improving myself every single day. I trained my body. I trained my mind. I trained my discipline. Because real power comes from mastering yourself, not controlling the world around you. Many people suffer not because life is hard, but because they mentally fight everything they cannot control. They replay situations again and again, hoping reality will change. But overthinking changes nothing. It only steals your peace and drains your energy. Focus on what you can actually improve. Focus on your growth. Focus on your mindset. Focus on your purpose. The moment you stop trying to control everything outside you, your mind becomes calmer, clearer, and stronger. True peace comes when you accept life as it is, while continuing to improve yourself every day. 4, silence. Your overthinking destroys more lives than failure ever will. Most people are not suffering because life is completely falling apart. They are suffering because their mind never stops creating fear, doubt, worry, and imaginary problems. Even during peaceful moments, their thoughts continue attacking them from the inside. They replay old conversations, overanalyze situations, imagine worst-case scenarios, and mentally fight battles that have not even happened yet. And slowly, without realizing it, overthinking steals their happiness, confidence, energy, and peace. I learned very early that an uncontrolled mind can become your greatest enemy. In martial arts, hesitation is dangerous. The moment your mind becomes filled with doubt, fear, or confusion, your movements become weak and uncertain. A distracted fighter loses focus. A fearful fighter loses timing. A person trapped inside their own thoughts can never move freely. This is why I trained myself to stay fully present. When I practiced martial arts, I was not thinking about yesterday's mistakes or tomorrow's fears. I focused completely on the present moment. Every movement required awareness, clarity, and control. Because when your mind is divided between fear, doubt, and overthinking, your power disappears. Many people today are mentally exhausted, not because they work too hard, but because they think too much. Their mind never rests. Even when nothing bad is happening, they create anxiety inside themselves by constantly imagining problems. They worry about rejection. They worry about failure. They worry about what people think about them. And the more they overthink, the weaker and more emotionally drained they become. Overthinking creates hesitation. Hesitation destroys action. And without action, life never changes. Some people spend years waiting for perfect certainty before making a move. They overanalyze every decision until opportunities disappear in front of them. But life does not reward endless thinking. Life rewards movement, experience, and courage. You must understand this clearly. Your thoughts are not always reality. Just because your mind tells you something negative does not mean it is true. Fear often lies. Anxiety exaggerates. Overthinking creates illusions that make small problems feel enormous. Many people ruin their own peace by believing every fearful thought that enters their mind. I trained myself to observe my thoughts without immediately obeying them. This changed everything. Instead of reacting to every negative idea, I learned to stay calm and let the emotion pass, because most thoughts lose power when you stop feeding them attention. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stop thinking so much and simply take action. Action creates confidence. Action creates clarity. Action silences fear. A mind trapped in overthinking becomes weak and confused. But a calm mind sees life clearly. When your thoughts become quieter, your decisions become stronger. You stop reacting emotionally to every situation. You stop creating unnecessary suffering inside yourself. You stop living inside imaginary problems and start living in reality again. Learn to sit in silence sometimes. Learn to breathe without panic. Learn to let thoughts pass without giving them control over your life. Your mind should be your servant, not your prison. Most people spend their entire lives trapped inside mental noise. But the moment you learn to calm your thoughts, your entire life begins to change. You become more focused, more disciplined, more emotionally powerful. You stop wasting energy fighting invisible battles inside your head. And that is when true mental strength begins. A calm mind is a dangerous mind. 5, protect your emotional energy. Not everyone deserves access to your energy, your attention, or your peace. This is something many people realize too late. They spend years giving their time, emotions, and mental energy to people who constantly drain them. They try to save everyone, please everyone, explain themselves to everyone, and stay available for people who bring nothing but stress into their lives. And slowly, without realizing it, they become emotionally exhausted. Many people today are not physically tired. They are emotionally drained. They wake up stressed because of toxic people. They lose peace because of unnecessary arguments. They overthink because of other people's negativity. And eventually, their mind becomes heavy from carrying emotional chaos that was never theirs to carry. I learned during my journey that protecting your energy is not selfish. It is necessary. In martial arts, focus is everything. The moment your attention becomes scattered, your performance weakens. The same thing happens in life. Every unnecessary conflict steals your focus. Every toxic relationship drains your emotional strength. Every negative environment slowly poisons your thinking. This is why I became extremely careful about who I allowed close to me. Not everyone around you truly wants to see you grow. Some people only feel comfortable when you stay weak, distracted. emotionally dependent or confused. The moment you become more disciplined, focused, and mentally strong, certain people become uncomfortable with your growth. They may criticize you, misunderstand you, or try to pull you back into old habits because your improvement reminds them of their own lack of discipline. You must understand this clearly. Everyone cannot go with you to the next level of your life. Some people only enter your life to distract you. Some people only bring drama. Some people only appear when they need something from you. And some people secretly enjoy disturbing your peace because they have none within themselves. Weak people spread emotional chaos everywhere they go. This is why emotional discipline also means learning when to walk away. Not every battle deserves your attention. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every person deserves unlimited access to your mind and emotions. There were moments in my own life when I realized silence was more powerful than arguing. I stopped trying to force people to understand me. I stopped wasting energy explaining myself to people committed to misunderstanding me, because peace becomes impossible when you constantly seek validation from others. Most people lose themselves trying to keep everyone else comfortable. They ignore their own mental health just to avoid disappointing people. They stay in toxic environments because they fear loneliness. They continue unhealthy relationships because they are afraid of starting over. And little by little, their inner peace disappears. But protecting your energy changes everything. When you remove constant negativity from your life, your mind becomes clearer. When you stop entertaining unnecessary drama, your focus becomes stronger. When you spend more time alone, improving yourself, your confidence grows naturally. Silence begins healing you. Discipline begins strengthening you. Peace begins returning to your mind. Many people are addicted to emotional chaos because calmness feels unfamiliar to them. They constantly seek noise, arguments, distractions, and attention because they are uncomfortable being alone with themselves. But real growth often happens in silence. Real strength is built away from crowds, away from drama, and away from people who constantly disturb your inner balance. You do not need to hate people. You do not need to become cold-hearted, but you must learn boundaries. Protect your peace the same way you protect your future. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you spend time around. Be careful who influences your thinking, because energy is contagious. If you constantly surround yourself with negative, emotionally unstable and undisciplined people, eventually their mindset begins affecting your own. But when you surround yourself with peace, discipline, focus, and purpose, your entire life starts changing naturally. One of the most powerful things you can learn is becoming comfortable alone. Because the moment you stop depending on people for happiness, validation, or emotional stability, you become mentally free. You stop chasing approval. You stop tolerating disrespect. You stop sacrificing your peace just to avoid being alone. And that is real emotional strength. Remember this carefully. Your peace is valuable. Your focus is valuable. Your emotional energy is valuable. Do not waste them on people, situations, or environments that constantly destroy your inner balance. A peaceful mind creates a powerful life. 6. Discipline is greater than motivations. Most people wait to feel motivated before they take action. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect energy, or the perfect moment to finally change their life. But this is why so many people stay stuck for years. Motivation is temporary. Some days you feel inspired and powerful. Other days you feel tired, distracted, emotionally weak, and unmotivated. If your entire life depends on feelings, your progress will always be inconsistent. I learned very early that discipline is far more powerful than motivation. When I trained in martial arts, I did not train only when I felt excited. There were days my body was tired. There were days I felt mentally exhausted. There were days I did not feel motivated at all. But I continued anyway, because discipline taught me something important. Growth does not happen when you only move according to your emotions. Real growth happens when you continue even when you do not feel like it. A weak person obeys emotions. A disciplined person leads them. This is what separates ordinary people from powerful people. Most people let their emotions control their behavior. If they feel lazy, they stop working. If they feel sad, they stop trying. If they feel discouraged, they quit too early. Their emotions become the leader of their life. But discipline changes everything. Discipline teaches you to act regardless of temporary feelings. Discipline teaches you to stay focused when distractions appear. Discipline teaches you to keep moving forward even during difficult moments. And this is where real mental strength is built. Many people believe confidence comes first. They think they need to feel confident before taking action. But confidence is actually created through disciplined action, repeated over time. Every time you keep your promises to yourself, your self-respect grows. Every time you continue despite discomfort, your mind becomes stronger. Every time you control an impulse instead of obeying it, your discipline deepens. Small daily discipline creates powerful long-term results. Most people destroy their future because they constantly choose temporary comfort over long-term growth. They sleep instead of working on themselves. They waste hours distracting themselves instead of improving their mind. They avoid difficult tasks because comfort feels easier in the moment. But temporary comfort often creates long-term regret. I understood that if I wanted a stronger life, I needed stronger habits. That is why I trained consistently. That is why I pushed myself daily. That is why I demanded discipline from myself, even when nobody was watching. Because your habits quietly shape your destiny. The truth is, motivation can start your journey, but only discipline can continue it. Motivation disappears quickly when life becomes difficult. The moment pain, boredom, failure, or frustration appear, weak motivation fades away. But discipline continues moving even during emotional storms. This applies to every area of life. If you want a stronger body, discipline matters. If you want peace of mind, discipline matters. If you want success, discipline matters. If you want emotional control, discipline matters. Without discipline, emotions will constantly pull your life in different directions. Many people today are controlled by impulses. They say whatever they feel immediately. They quit goals too quickly. They waste time chasing distractions. They constantly seek pleasure, comfort, validation, and entertainment because they never trained themselves to control their impulses. But self-control is power. The ability to control your actions when emotions become intense is one of the highest forms of strength. Anyone can stay calm when life is easy, but disciplined people remain focused even during stress, pain, and uncertainty. During my own journey, discipline gave me freedom. It gave me clarity. It gave me confidence in myself because I knew I could rely on my own mind instead of depending on temporary emotions. This is why disciplined people often appear calm and powerful. Their emotions no longer control every decision. Their mood no longer controls their progress. They understand that feelings change constantly, but discipline creates stability. And the beautiful thing about discipline is this: the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. At first, controlling yourself feels difficult. Waking up early feels difficult. Staying focused feels difficult. Ignoring distractions feels difficult. Remaining calm during emotional moments feels difficult. But over time, discipline becomes part of your identity. You stop negotiating with weakness. You stop making excuses. You stop depending on motivation to save you. You simply do what must be done. That is real power. Remember this carefully. Your future is created by what you repeatedly do, not by what you occasionally feel. Strong minds are built through daily discipline. Strong lives are built through consistent action, and strong people are created the moment they stop letting emotions control their direction. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. 7. Master yourself and you master life. At the end of everything, the greatest battle you will ever fight is not against other people. It is against yourself, against your fear, your anger, your laziness, your distractions, your emotional weakness. Most people spend their entire lives trying to control the outside world while remaining completely controlled by the chaos inside their own mind. But true power begins the moment you master yourself. Many people believe strength is about dominance, money, fame, status, or physical power. But I learned something much deeper during my journey. A man can appear strong on the outside and still be completely weak internally. He may have success, attention, or influence, but if he cannot control his emotions, thoughts, impulses, and reactions, he will eventually destroy himself from within. Real strength is self-mastery. A man who cannot control his anger will lose peace. A man who cannot control his desires will lose discipline. A man who cannot control his thoughts will lose clarity. A man who cannot control his emotions will lose direction in life. Most people today are emotionally controlled by everything around them. One insult changes their mood. One rejection destroys their confidence. One difficult moment makes them want to quit. They constantly react to life instead of mastering themselves internally. And because of this, they remain mentally weak, even if they appear successful on the outside. I realized very early that if I wanted peace, confidence, and true strength, I needed to first conquer myself. Not other people, not the world, myself. That is why I trained my body with discipline. That is why I trained my mind with focus. That is why I learned emotional control. Because self-mastery creates freedom. When you control yourself, life stops controlling you so easily. You stop reacting emotionally to every situation. You stop allowing fear to control your decisions. You stop depending on validation from other people. You stop becoming a prisoner of temporary emotions, and slowly your mind becomes calm, focused, and powerful. Most suffering comes from lack of self-control. People ruin relationships because they cannot control anger. They destroy opportunities because they cannot control fear. They waste years of their life because they cannot control distractions, laziness, and impulses. A person without self-discipline becomes vulnerable to every temptation and emotional storm that appears in life. But disciplined people move differently. They think before reacting. They stay calm under pressure. They continue moving forward even during difficult moments. And because of this, they become mentally unbreakable over time. During my own journey, I understood that mastering yourself is not something you achieve in one day. It is a daily practice. Every day, life gives you another opportunity to either control yourself or be controlled by your emotions. Every moment of anger tests your patience. Every distraction tests your discipline. Every difficult situation tests your mindset. And little by little, these moments shape the person you become. Most people want external success without internal growth. They want confidence without discipline. They want peace without emotional control. They want strong results while continuing weak habits. But life does not work this way. Your outer life always reflects your inner condition. If your mind is constantly negative, your life will feel heavy. If your emotions constantly control you, your decisions will become unstable. If your thoughts are filled with fear, doubt, and insecurity, eventually your actions will reflect those emotions. This is why self-mastery changes everything. The moment you begin controlling your inner world, your outer world slowly improves too. Your decisions become wiser. Your emotions become calmer. Your focus becomes sharper. Your confidence becomes real, because it is no longer built on outside approval. It is built on inner discipline and self-control. One of the greatest forms of power is remaining calm while everything around you becomes chaotic. Weak people panic easily. Weak people react emotionally. Weak people lose control under pressure. But a disciplined mind remains centered even during storms. That is real strength. And the beautiful thing about self-mastery is this: nobody can take it away from you. Money can disappear. Fame can disappear. People can leave. Situations can change. But a disciplined mind, emotional control, inner peace, and self-respect stay with you wherever you go. This is why mastering yourself is one of the most important things you will ever do in your life. Because once you control your mind, your emotions, your habits, and your reactions, very little in this world can truly break you anymore. Remember this carefully. The strongest person is not the loudest person. The strongest person is the one who remains calm, disciplined, and focused when life becomes difficult. Master your thoughts. Master your emotions. Master your habits. Master yourself. Because the person who conquers themselves eventually conquers life. 8. A calm mind is more powerful than an aggressive mind. Most people believe power means being loud, aggressive, emotional, and intimidating. They think the strongest person in the room is the one who reacts the fastest, argues the loudest, or shows the most anger. But during my life and training, I learned the complete opposite. Real power is calmness. Real strength is emotional control. A calm mind can think clearly, move wisely, and remain focused, even when everything around it becomes chaotic. An aggressive mind loses control easily. A calm mind remains dangerous under pressure. Many people destroy their own life because they cannot stay calm during emotional moments. One moment of anger ruins relationships. One emotional reaction destroys opportunities. One impulsive decision creates years of regret. Weak people allow temporary emotions to control permanent actions. But disciplined people remain centered. In martial arts, calmness is one of the greatest advantages a fighter can have. The moment fear, panic, or uncontrolled anger enters the mind, focus disappears. An angry fighter becomes reckless. A fearful fighter hesitates too much. But a calm fighter sees everything clearly. Their movements become sharper. Their timing becomes better. Their decisions become more intelligent. The same thing happens in life. When your emotions control you, your judgment becomes weak. You say things you later regret. You make emotional decisions instead of wise decisions. You lose energy fighting unnecessary battles. And slowly, emotional chaos begins controlling your entire life. I trained myself to remain calm, even during difficult situations. This did not mean I never felt anger, stress, or frustration. I was human like everyone else. But I understood something important. Feeling emotions is natural, but becoming controlled by them is dangerous. A strong person feels emotions without becoming a slave to them. Most people react immediately to everything. If someone insults them, they instantly explode. If life becomes difficult, they immediately panic. If something does not go their way, they emotionally lose control. Their mind becomes unstable because they never learned patience, emotional discipline, or inner calmness. But calmness creates clarity. The calmer your mind becomes, the clearer you see reality. You stop overreacting to small problems. You stop taking everything personally. You stop wasting energy trying to prove yourself to everyone. Instead of reacting emotionally, you begin observing situations with intelligence and self-control. And this changes your entire life. People often think calmness is weakness because they confuse silence with fear. But silence is not weakness when it comes from control. Sometimes the strongest Person is the one who chooses peace when others expect anger. Sometimes the most powerful reaction is no reaction at all. A calm person becomes difficult to manipulate. When people cannot control your emotions, they lose power over you. Insult stop affecting you deeply. Criticism stops destroying your confidence. Chaos stops controlling your peace. You become emotionally stable because your mind no longer reacts to everything happening around you. This is one of the highest forms of strength. During my journey, I also realized that a calm mind protects your energy. Emotional people become exhausted quickly because they constantly fight unnecessary battles inside their head. They argue too much. They overthink too much. They react too much. And eventually, their peace disappears. But calmness protects your focus. You begin using your energy more wisely. You stop wasting time on meaningless drama. You stop giving emotional reactions to people who do not deserve your attention. And little by little, your mind becomes stronger, quieter, and more disciplined. Many people today are addicted to emotional chaos. Their mind constantly seeks conflict, noise, stimulation, because they never trained themselves to sit calmly with their own thoughts. Silence feels uncomfortable to them. Stillness feels unfamiliar. But true mental power is built in silence. A calm mind is not empty. A calm mind is controlled. This is why inner peace is so powerful. When your mind becomes peaceful, your decisions improve. Your focus improves. Your emotional stability improves. You stop becoming controlled by every little problem life throws at you. And the beautiful thing about calmness is this: it gives you power in every situation. When others panic, you remain focused. When others react emotionally, you stay disciplined. When others lose control, you stay centered. That is real confidence. That is real emotional strength. Most people spend their lives trying to appear powerful on the outside while remaining completely weak internally. But true warriors first master their inner world, because external strength means very little if your emotions can still control your actions. Remember this carefully. Anger is easy. Emotional reaction are easy. Losing control is easy. But remaining calm during difficult moments requires real strength. Train your mind to stay calm. Train your emotions to stay disciplined. Train yourself to think clearly under pressure. Because a calm mind sees opportunities where emotional people only see problems. A calm mind makes wiser decisions. A calm mind protects peace, focus, and inner strength. And in a world full of emotional chaos, a calm person becomes extremely powerful. At the end of the day, Your greatest weapon is not your strength, your money, your status, or your talent. Your greatest weapon is your mind. The person who cannot control their thoughts and emotions will always feel controlled by life. But the person who learns self-discipline, emotional control, and mental calmness becomes incredibly powerful. Throughout my journey, I learned that true mastery begins within. Every day, life tests your patience, your focus, your emotions, and your discipline. Some people break under pressure. Some people become controlled by fear, anger, distractions, and overthinking. But strong people train themselves to stay calm, focused, and disciplined no matter what happens around them. Remember this carefully. Your thoughts shape your reality. Your emotions shape your decisions. And your habits shape your future. If you constantly feed your mind negativity, your life will feel heavy. If you constantly react emotionally, your peace will disappear. If you constantly avoid discipline, your potential will remain trapped inside you. But when you begin controlling your thoughts, everything changes. You stop reacting to every little problem. You stop allowing fear to control your future. You stop depending on validation from others. You stop becoming emotionally weak every time life becomes difficult. And slowly, you become mentally stronger, calmer, and more focused. Real power is not becoming emotionless. Real power is remaining in control of yourself, even when emotions rise inside you. That is what separates disciplined people from weak people. Weak minds react instantly. Strong minds pause, observe, and respond with control. Never forget this. A calm mind is a dangerous mind. A disciplined mind is a powerful mind. And a person who masters themselves becomes very difficult to break. Train your body, but also train your mind. Protect your peace. Control your emotions. Stay disciplined, even during difficult days. And never allow temporary feelings to destroy your long-term future. Because the moment you master your thoughts and emotions, you stop becoming a slave to life's chaos and finally become the master of yourself.